I have been increasingly troubled and hurt by the extreme, unprecedented polarization of America. We as a people are increasingly fixated on our differences rather than appreciating what we all have in common as fellow Americans. We're increasingly unable to work across political aisle, racial divides, and ethnic divisions. And sometimes people say, Ming, why are you so passionate about trying to overcome this polarization? Why? My answer is very simple. I'm so passionate that I so not want to see America keep on sliding towards this extreme polarization. It's because I've been there. I've done that. I've suffered through extreme formal polarization, which is dictatorship. And America, let's don't go there. And the reason that America is a country that attracted everybody from around the world, many of them, including myself, put our lives on the line so we can come to this country, which is depict my story of as an immigrant, was depicted in the film Sight, is because two things: the system of fairness, the Constitution, and also the Bible, the belief, the moral code of conduct that is Christ-based. So we have to remember that. And if we remember that, we'll realize that the best way to move our country forward is not polarization, but trying to find a way to work together. During the pandemic, Dr. Rice's books and I studied scripture in depth for 3 years, most of the Saturdays, each time several hours. And we basically aggregate every part of scripture that has to do with common ground seeking into this little booklet, Common Ground Bible Studies. It's a 4-week Sunday school study that gone through every part of scripture that has to do with common ground. That has said two things. One, we realize that Christ wants us as Christians to be the common ground seekers. Bible said, blessed are the peacemakers in the unprecedented polarized world. I mean, think about the impact. If Christians, we set the best example of unifier, we are the one that showed that one can still love another person despite the difference. One can still put our interest, our people, above the interest of parties and all that. And to show that we truly love this country, not by just saying it or singing a national anthem, but much more so by an action. The action is being willing to work together, work through our differences. And what an opportunity to lead the country for Christians, to demonstrate we are different. We can abut the trend. In a polarized nation, we can bring the country back. Not only we need to do that, but also Bible teaches us how to do it, the methodology. So this book also includes the Bible-based the common ground seeking steps, STEPS, how each of these 5 methodologies. S, you got to see the common ground. If you're unwilling to see, you're never going to find it. T, trade places. As ophthalmologists, we know we need to speak the language of our listener. Our patients are the patient John Smith is the only person who sees through their pair of eyes of his. If I want to help his eye vision, I got to listen to him. Trade place. E, empathy. P, pay the price. And the right thing to do, and finally S, put into action. And it was Jesus Christ who inspired us to formulate this common ground seeking steps, STPS, because he saw the common ground with us as human beings. He traded places by becoming one of us. He demonstrated empathy towards even people in the lowest rung society, including the women by the well in the Bible. Nobody wants to talk to her. Christ did. He paid the ultimate price by dying for our sin. And he put into action, actually saw the common ground.